evening, Rutra. Today again we are here in the almost the same spot to continue with the episodes what we are making in Gandhinagar Reminiscences, isn't it? In that Gandhinagar Reminiscences, we started from Kodiveri and we continued in a little bit chronological fashion what all happened. And subsequently, recently, we thought we'll make some special exclusive episodes on Anna, sets of episodes on Anna. That is what we were planning, and we thought this is the correct time to start that special set of episodes on Anna. And in that first set is uh, two episodes. We last two episodes we started talking about how Anna financially he managed the affairs of the family and how he settled down in Bangalore. That is what we talked on the in this set of episodes. In the two we have done, and this is the last and concluding episode on the topic of financial shrewdness of our Anna. Yes, sir.
So what happened was last time
Hmm.
when I talked, the as none of us were interested in going to Skudiveri and looking after the lands. So my father thought there was no use to holding on to that and getting Part3
Correct.
from through lease amount
Correct.
every year some amount. So he thought of selling it. So he sold the land to one Kaliyannan. Both are fruit orchard and rice paddy fields to him because he was rich enough to buy both the things.
Correct.
And he got the cash. He got the deal from whatever amount he realized. He came back to Bangalore with the money.
Right.
So then next step was he was interested in buying some landed properties in Bangalore.
Okay.
So that for future point of view. So first he saw some sites in racecourse area.
Okay.
And such place. So individual sites.
Okay.
So at the same time, what happened? To recall what happened in Bangalore at that time, 7 or 8 years back, a mass murder took place.
Approximate year is of that incident what?
52 or something.
1952 or 53 or something
53
like
like that. The murder, mass murder took place. One Belusna
that. In Gandhinagar.
in Gandhinagar, Belusna Sengar, a prominent criminal lawyer who was residing right in our road, in the last corner plot, a big site he had with a garden in the front and a cottage type of house in the right in the back.
Okay.
So it had lot of coconut trees in that place, and that was a dark patch in our road. Last road.
In
So
second
whenever-
cross. It's
Second cross. So whenever we used to go, we used to feel feared because that there was no light in that road much.
Plus you were
And,
younger people.
No,
like
everybody,
children.
everybody, it was a dark patch. That there was not much light.
They were hesitating.
And because there are a lot of trees in the beginning and the house was right in the back. So that
Whole site looked.
person, that Velosu Saingar, a criminal lawyer, was living there with his family,
Okay.
with his two daughters and his wife, and of course he had one more daughter, Ranganayaki, who was the elder daughter, and one person who was slightly mentally off, one son he had.
Okay.
So then what happened was one.
He was practicing.
He was more than practicing. He was a very rich fellow, and I used to see sometimes he will stand near the gate with two ferocious dogs. A grim-looking lawyer, and he was standing near the gate with two dogs. I used to see him, and then I used to tell. His face itself was ferocious. I mean, say, with the dog matching the dog. So it was like that, and so we used to. He was there, and because of various financial dealings his wife had and all those things, many people were enemies for him because she used to give lend money to people and taking jewels and keeping jewels and
as
giving
a
money
as
and all.
a collateral.
So there were the people had some vengeance. Some people were affected, and one day what happened? A mass murder took place. There were two dogs were first poisoned, and a watchman was there. Watchman also was first they finished the watchman,
Ayyo.
then we entered the house, and the Belusinger, the lawyer, and his wife, and two daughters. They were all murdered at the
Ayyo.
same time, and fortunately, Ranganati and the person was little bit mentally up, were not there on that time. So that is why they survived.
Escaped.
They survived the murder.
Onslaught.
So next day itself, there was a big lot of crowd, and as you know, it became like a pilgrimage center. It was going on, and once this murder happened, the government took over the land, that whole property. When Siddhalingaya was named as the official liquidator of the property, and he took over. And this he gave for rent that house as it is. He gave it for a Clariday's restaurant.
Who?
Restaurant.
Who?
That official liquidator.
Liquidator.
So that people get some money out of it, the errors.
Okay.
So he
So the liquidator organized for letting out the property
letting out the
instead of
property,
keeping
so
it
that
vacant.
his daughter and
The
all,
son,
get
surviving children
surviving
will
only
get
one
some
daughter,
amount.
only one daughter. They had one building. So so that the Clariday's restaurant was that old house was kept intact, and that was like a special room that hall and all were used. And outside in the garden, that coconut, this one was there. It was
Under
cleared.
that,
So there will be a lot of chairs and tables, and even in the compound.
So it's a garden restaurant.
Garden restaurant, open air restaurant was there.
Ah.
And there was one gate that was facing the second cross. There was another gate by the side. It was opening to the fourth main road. Gate was there to the side of it.
Okay.
And so this was managed by the official liquidator for some time. And
So Clariday's Hotel operated for some time.
Clariday's was immediately after this one, after it took over, it was there. So people used to enjoy sitting in the open air and all. So then what happened after some time, after another 10, 8, 6, 5, 6 years passed, then my father, when he got the money, when he was looking for
At that point of
sites,
time?
at that time, the liquidator announced a public auction of that place.
This property.
This property of the entire estate. So then what happened? My father from the very beginning was interested in the corner plot.
A corner
A
plot.
corner plot, not other things. So the corner plot one it was a strip like. I mean, the depth was not much. It's at about 70, 80, 100 feet facing the second cross road, another 20, 30 feet facing the fifth main road.
Okay.
So that whole, there are two sides. That was G.
So
G side was.
So the liquidator has made it into different
earlier only the
demarcation.
property
It was like that.
It was there in the
Like
plan.
that. Like that.
So it will be sold like
So
that.
they were trying to auction it like that.
So my father, from the very beginning in the action, he told, no, I'm interested only if G and H, both the plots are combined and offered to me, I will treat it.
Like L.
L. So I don't want to buy only one strip just facing second crossroad. If you can combine and offer it to me, I will buy. So he told the commission. And because of the liquidator had some powers, so the best of his clients he can give. So he combined both the parts and offered it for the auction. Then one more prominent person who attended
at that point of time
at the auction was Sri Reddy.
Sri Reddy.
Sri Reddy was a MP of Congress MP who have had a dairy. So that dairy was near Madhavanagar. The entrance of it will lead that road, railway lane road will road to Seshadripuram.
Correct.
Railway lane.
Correct.
That small road.
Correct.
To the right there was a big area. He had his house and enough place to keep a dairy. Lot of cows were there. So he was having a dairy. And that had an outlet in the building with a lot of shops.
Few shops were there.
Ground floor and upstairs there were some offices.
Like that, Srinivasa was having
at that time building. Only it was there.
It was there.
So
and
one
in
of
that
the shops was
used by Sri Reddy.
Sri Reddy for his dairy.
He was
India
a tenant. He was a tenant.
It was called as India Milk
India Milk Bar. You used to go there?
He used to go there and we used to go there. And hot milk will be the speciality. Because pure fresh milk from the cows
cow,
the
yeah,
dairy. And that was there. And people used to visit that to take coffee and maybe some slight snacks like cake or something like that. So people used to go there. and Sriram Reddy was a freedom fighter also.
Oh.
So he used to in Independence Day and all in the earlier days. There was a park in third and fourth and fifth cross, between fourth and fifth cross. There was an Yadava hostel in between. Opposite to that Yadava hostel, big park was there.
Okay.
That was the only park in Gandhinagar area.
At that time.
No, that was there, and they used to do flag hoisting. So on Independence Day and all those things, this Ramareddy,
So naturally, he's the MP.
will take around people procession in our area, and used to be served with milk and all those things to all the people. That was there. So we used to go there and all. So this Sri Ramareddy
So he's a friend of your
also,
father.
and also he was known to
Known
many
person,
people.
known people.
And so he also attended the auction. He was also interested in buying a site. So that then suddenly what happened? The auction began, and some people began to. There are not many competitors for our site, but simply they were raising the value of the site,
Just
the bidding amount.
For fun.
But Sriram Reddy told them sternly, because he was a big elder person, and he was MP and all, he had a clout. So he told other bidders, don't unnecessarily raise the bidding amount. So professor in any case he wants to buy it and he will buy it at any cost. He is going to buy these two sites.
Correct.
So don't unnecessarily, poor professor, don't increase the unnecessarily the bidding amount. So it was, he kept that, and
people listened.
my father bought the site. My father bought the site. When he bought the site in the G area, facing the second cross, there were 3 temporary shops already. 3 tenants were there.
Okay.
With the tin roofed shop, with that. They had, earlier only they had made that shop. One Narayan was one person, and Chetty was there. In fact, he was related to M. Ramaya, who was M. Ramaya and Sons, opposite our house. That road, he was there. He was a big industrialist. There was one Mysore missionary, so it belonged to him. And in Mysore Bank, even now they have got a showroom for selling pumps and all. M. Ramaya and Sons. So those people were there. He was related to that M. Ramaya and Sons. That Narayan. He had a small shop. And mostly he used to buy some chocolates, this confectionery, and kites for this.
He was selling
for children and all. He was selling. And there is one more shop, Tamilian, Shanmugam. He had one shop. His specialty was a lot of newspaper, all journals and all those things. Then stationery, other things were there. There was one more person also had a similar shop there. So there are 3 shops in that area, and they were totally getting about 200 or 250 rent from all the 3 shops. That was the amount that was realized.
That's a good amount
so
at that time.
So my father told the tenant, see, I am going to construct the building here.
He has bought the site.
So you take some time, 6 months time or something to vacate. You give me temporarily, you give that free hand. As soon as the building is ready, first I will give you priority to you to construct the shop and give the shops to you.
That's a good arrangement.
So then they also agreed, and the site was cleared, and then one engineer was employed. So we got sanctioned a plan for 4 stories, and my father got a 4-story building, RCC building for a building area. So he got the designs and all those things, drawings made, and he employed a qualified engineer, so to supervise this one. So he was fully associated with that. So our building there and that it came up, and it was fully resting on a bed of concrete, virtually, with lot of pillars and everything was raised at approximately 10 feet, say, each pillar to pillar, the entire area. So that between 2 pillars, one shop will. So my father, then what happened after the first floor? This one molding was over.
That is ground floor ceiling is over.
Ground floor ceiling was over. Ground floor roofing was over. Once that roofing was there, he completed one shop by one shop, and then he gave for rent. From the rent, whatever advance he used to get from the shops, he used to use it for again
continuing the construction,
and other things also he was continuing. Meanwhile, what happened was there was one Balusri chit fund was there.
Uh-huh.
So for that also he became a member.
Uh-huh.
One
Chit fund.
Hariharan was it was a prominent chit fund from
Yeah,
Madras.
it
So
is,
it
even
was the
now,
head
even
office
now.
in Madras, and they had sixth cross their head office. When Rangarajan was the manager, so he continued so that he could get chits. He would contribute to the chits and
Whenever
money.
money is
So
needed.
money, so he used to use it for the building only. So he was like that. He was doing, and my father was personally supervising the building from the first floor.
Oh.
So he used to go there morning. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, he will go there and he will sit there. Afternoon, he will come for lunch. 12 o'clock,
Mean
1
to say
o'clock.
at that time he was retired by that time.
No, he was about he is retired. 58 only he retired. So 8 years, it was nearly 7 years, 65 years he was old.
Oh.
More than about 65 years when
At that time.
At that time. So he used to go with an umbrella, he used to go there with a puja of water. Morning he will go there, hot sun. He will see, put a chair and steel chair and sit on the first floor and
See,
while he
your
was
own
fresh.
building coming up and then you are
Yes, correct.
interested in.
And at that time, when Muninanjappa, Mestri was there. He is a very all-round Mestri, I can say, because any plumbing job, anything he can do. And he is very smart, this one. He was belonging to Tigulari community. That means the people who carried this Karaga, Bangalore Karaga.
Very famous.
Very famous, and he was living near Dharmaraya Temple.
Dharmaraya
Dharma
Temple.
Temple.
Ah.
That is near Corporation.
Ah.
He was also living there.
Ah.
He had some lands in Herbal, vegetable garden he had also. So one Govinda, one assistant was there. So they took job with my father in this building. So they were
But they are the construction.
construction. Mason was chief mason was Muninanjappa.
From that
And
community.
this one, so in fact Muninanjappa was continuously connected even after the building was over. For he used to come to our house. My father had a special place for him because he used to give money and any such problem, any house problem he can solve. He was very smart.
So he
He
was
used to
on
come-
continuous
yes, continuously is there.
touch and then service.
Yes. Meanwhile, what happened when it was ground floor
That half
about to be complete? This ground floor casting was over, and my father was finishing one by one shop and giving it for rent, and it was going. His initial ambition was to make only 10 shops initially.
No, you were telling Balusiri chit fund.
No,
Chit fund
he was
getting the amount.
contributing. Then what happened was, then slowly what happened? Then there was one Canara Industrial and Banking Syndicate. One bank prior to the syndicate bank. It was just opposite the present our building. The other side it was there Suksagar, now present Suksagar hotel is there. So there it was a Canara Industrial Bank head office in Manipal. And it was started by one Dr. T.M.A. Pai.
Okay.
He was a medical practitioner as well as a banker.
Very famous person.
Very famous person. He was a leading medical practitioner. But he started Kasturba Medical College, Bangalore, Manipal, all those things, and he made it as an education town also. Apart from that, the Manipal became a banking headquarters because Canara Industrial Bank City, and he is the this one. He was famous for making the pygmy scheme, pygmy deposit. So going to small people in the everybody's
I
house.
think he was awarded for Padma Shri for that or
House
something
to
like
house
that.
collection, he used to go there and all those things. So he used to do that. And then what happened at this time, they were also interested. The bank was growing.
So he was the founder of Syndicate Bank.
Syndicate
And
Bank.
Manipal
So
set up.
Syndicate
Manipal set up institutions
Yes,
also.
no, and also Syndicate Bank, he was the founder, chairman, and managing director or something like that. So he's the topmost man. So then he was interested in moving it is a prestige to have a own building. That too in the CBD area, in Gandhinagar or Kempegoda Road. First his lookout was in Kempegoda Road. Kempegoda Road he saw and almost all the sites were full. It was so he didn't have any place to buy there. So his eye fell on the next best, that is second cross. So then Kamath, one Mr. N.K. Kamath was the manager of Gandhinagar branch.
Of that
manager. So for a long time he was a manager, tall person was there, and in fact his son was also one Kamath. He was also working there. Very smart guy. In fact, sometimes he used to come to our house.
You have told where?
He was a friend of Panna.
And reading books and all that.
Reading books, he will come and he will come.
We talked about that.
Yes, we talked about that earlier. So that Kamath, when Dr. TMFI came to
Uh,
Bangalore to hunt for a place there, then he told, Kamath told, see, our one of the this one is professor
uh,
is owning that corner flat. He knows the neighbors and all those things.
uh,
We'll contact him so that you can get that site. He will negotiate for us.
uh,
So he saw my father. My father met him in person. He came and met my father. And met my father
uh.
with the manager and all. Then he told Professor, somehow you must get us site. He told almost pleading. See, there is only good site that is available. So it seems you know the Sindhi owners of this, two Sindhi owners of the site,
Uh,
that garden site.
no, no, I didn't understand. The Sindhi business suddenly Sindhi
No,
owners.
Sindhi people were owning the site
Of?
that was Belur Singer, that was next to us, and
Suddenly, they bought.
they bought.
They became the owners.
They
Part
became the
owners.
owners for
They became the adjacent to your building.
adjacent to they are the owners. I wanted to, he was interested in buying that. So my father negotiated and the deal was over.
Okay.
Whatever the money they demanded, they got it, they were happy. So the bank bought the site.
Oh,
Very quickly the
deal
over.
was done.
And very next day what happened was they, my father didn't even ask, they sanctioned loan of 1.75 lakhs that time, about 1.75 lakhs
Yeah,
at that
big
time.
amount.
That was immediately it was sanctioned, and he told he again told he met my father and told, see, now you must hurry up the construction. See, if we are going to make a seven-story building here, so if it is just one floor by our side, it doesn't
It
look
doesn't
nice.
look nice.
So you have got plans to do four-story, but you must hasten up. You must
That is why you sanctioned the
you will quickly put molding for the four floors, and we will give our we are going to start the building work only after 1 year.
Before
So
that,
next
you
year,
tried.
up to that you can. I am giving you free our site for storing your
Materials.
materials like
Rods.
sand. This one you can make a room for storing cement and all those things. Then centering material. All
Oh,
those things you can
win-win
keep that
situation.
for
Win-win
1 year.
situation.
And professor, you must raise that for. So my father, okay, he was about 66 years when the loan was
And
sanctioned.
this was going on.
And then this one.
Generally, you don't get loan at that time.
At that time, but it was, see, it became like that. And I was in Gulbarga, and by the way, I was also account holder for the syndicate bank. So my father used to transfer money for my college fees and
From
this one
through
from
syndicate
here
bank.
to Gulbarga through the bank. So that was I was also he was also member of the syndicate bank and all those things. So they told the money once the money came, he wanted to raise the building. But what happened was, we are immediately for the money for the this one building construction, about 400 banks or 500 banks of sanctioned, but the sanctioning order. But at that time, unfortunately, there was a control on cements because there
Shortage.
shortage or control of
Yeah,
cement.
shortage. Because of
So
shortage.
we used to go. What happened was we early morning. I remember myself and my father used to go to some opposite to the station. There was one road that was going to Ramachandrapura. That road near Okalipuram.
Correct.
It joins the Sriramparam.
Correct.
That
Short road is there.
Short road is there, but that time it was known only as a road where all the people going to Harishchandra Ghat, the dead bodies will go in that road.
Oh, correct.
So that and early morning, what happened? We had to go to a cement go down there, and I remember I used to accompany my father so many days, and I remember that one occasion when we used to go at 5:36 early morning.
To start
And it was misty also. We used to go in that road. One small cement go down you tell. And if you show the permit, sometimes you'll give only 5 bags of cement or 10 bags of cement. You know, it is like a peanuts. 5 bags of cement, how much we can do the construction. So my father, it was boggling his mind, and then he went to see let me see the director of civil supplies, who is in charge of cements and all those things. So he went there on at that time. I don't know where his office was there. So my father went and see him. went to see him.
Hmm.
One TP Izar was
TP
the
is
IAS officer. He was the director of civil supplies. So he went there, and as soon as he entered, they see in the big oval table he was sitting at IAS
official.
and he immediately got up and when he saw my father entering, Professor, how come you are coming here? And
TP
and
is
they and took him there and said, first, what can I do for you? Professor, you have come all the way because he had a lot of veneration for my father. He was one is old person and he was retired and he was a student, it seems.
Isar was a student
Isar
of
was a
your
student
father.
of my father. So that he was so happy and he told, what should I do for you? Then he told, I'm having this building. Oh, very nice, very nice. Then immediately he gave at that time when he needed most the lot of cement, then he immediately told 400 bags. Immediately you take all the 400
I
bags
could
in one stroke. So it
see
was like
that is
falling
how, that is how the contact, not only contact. See what happens. What good things you have done comes back to you.
Comes back to me, comes back to my father, and so he got 400 bags. And my father took no time so to use it fast.
It was released immediately.
Released. Well, sometimes
One
I
plot.
was in that time. I was also absent. I mean, so I was in Gulbarga for studying and all. In fact, my brothers like Surya, Upendra, and Hari, and all those people also used to relieve my father sometimes and look after the supervision and all those things. They were also participating in that. And whenever I used to come to Bangalore, also I used to do that. And what happened was the building as it was coming for the first floor, then this Balusari chit fund. What happened? My father had a continuous association with Balusari chit fund, who were in 6th Cross Road, Gandhinagar. So my father used to have contact with Rangarajan. He became personal friend and all those things. Then he told they we are interested, Professor, in coming to second cross prominent place. We will take the first floor corner portion. Please give us. So we will occupy that portion. So that is how they were booked. Earlier only they told advance we will take a big portion there. So my father was happy that it is getting booked. And one Adappa was there, was a chartered accountant. He took, and slowly the building, the tenants came, and one lawyer, Manjunath. So all those people came and occupied, and the building slowly came up. That is how the whole building came up. And then what happened was, then the syndicate bank also just after 1 year, they got one Varucha and Motiwala, a big contract from Bombay.
They
He took
built.
up the
They built
construction.
the.
My father was returning the loan also, EMI, as he got the money. Every month he was scrupulously.
So that way, this building is L-shaped building.
Yeah.
In second cross and fifth main. And
Yes.
Sixth main.
No, fifth main and second cross.
Second cross
Correct.
was built.
Yes.
With a lot of hurdles and.
From my father, and meanwhile he had to make this one for make look for how to meet the expenses of the family, growing family, like education of children and like marriage and all. He used to manage by taking loans from tenants also.
Yeah, you were telling.
So like that, and he was continuing tuitions also at that times. So he had a busy life in making such a big company.